Sophie Cunningham is a force on the court. She's known for her tenacious defense. She brings energy and passion to every game. She's not afraid to dive for loose balls. She'll battle for every rebound. Cunningham's offensive game shouldn't be overlooked. She can knock down the three-pointer. She isn't afraid to drive to the basket. Cunningham is a versatile scorer, but it's her defense that sets her apart. She's a lockdown defender. She can guard multiple positions. Cunningham makes life difficult for her opponents. When Sophie Cunningham became a free agent, many teams were interested. She had proven herself as a valuable player. The Indiana Fever weren't considered front-runners. They had just drafted the exciting young star Caitlin Clark. Many thought they would focus on building around Clark's offensive firepower. Cunningham's decision to join the Fever surprised many. It seemed like an unusual fit, but the Fever had a plan. They recognized Cunningham's unique skill set. They knew she could be the missing piece of the puzzle. The Indiana Fever are building something special. They have a young, dynamic core. They're not afraid to make bold moves. The addition of Sophie Cunningham is a clear sign of their ambition. They're not just hoping to compete, they're aiming for a championship. The Fever's strategy is clear: surround Caitlin Clark with talent, give her the support she needs to thrive. Cunningham's defensive presence allows Clark to focus on offense. It's a perfect pairing. Caitlin Clark is the future of the Indiana Fever. She's a generational talent, but even the most talented players need protection. That's where Sophie Cunningham comes in. She's been tasked with a crucial role guarding the franchise. Cunningham's defensive intensity will take pressure off Clark. She'll be able to focus on running the offense. She'll be free to score at will. This dynamic duo will be a nightmare for opponents. The enforcer archetype parallels in sports history. Sophie Cunningham isn't the first player to embrace the enforcer role. Sports history is full of players who thrived in this niche. They may not always get the glory, but their contributions are invaluable. Think of Dennis Rodman. He was a rebounding machine and defensive stalwart for the Chicago Bulls. He did the dirty work that allowed Michael Jordan to shine. Cunningham could have a similar impact on the Fever. Cunningham's competitive fire, a history of tenacity. Sophie Cunningham's competitive fire has been evident throughout her career. In college, she was known for her relentless hustle. She never backed down from a challenge. There are countless stories of her diving for loose balls, drawing charges, and frustrating opponents with her unwavering intensity. One memorable incident occurred during her sophomore year at the University of Missouri. In a tightly contested game against a conference rival, Cunningham found herself matched up against one of the league's top scorers. Undeterred, Cunningham played with relentless energy, limiting her opponent to well below their scoring average and frustrating them with her physicality and defensive IQ. This performance exemplified Cunningham's competitive spirit and her willingness to do whatever it takes to win. A new home, a familiar role. Cunningham's seamless transition. While joining a new team always presents challenges, Sophie Cunningham's transition to the Indiana Fever should be seamless. She's been in this role before. She knows what it takes to be successful. Her experience will be invaluable to this young Fever team. Cunningham's leadership will be just as important as her on-court contributions. She'll be a mentor to the younger players. She'll set the tone with her work ethic and determination. The Fever are getting more than just a player in Cunningham. They're getting a culture setter. Elevating the Fever. The potential impact of a defensive powerhouse. The addition of Sophie Cunningham has the potential to transform the Indiana Fever. They were already an exciting offensive team, but their defense was suspect. Cunningham addresses that weakness head-on. With Cunningham locking down the perimeter, the Fever will be a much tougher team to score against. This newfound defensive identity could be the key to unlocking their championship aspirations. A season of high hopes anticipation builds in Indianapolis. Excitement is building in Indianapolis. The Indiana Fever have assembled a talented roster. The addition of Sophie Cunningham has fans dreaming of a championship. The Fever are ready to make some noise. The 2025 season promises to be special. With Cunningham's tenacity and Caitlin Clark's star power, the Fever have the potential to be a dominant force in the league. Buckle up, Fever fans. It's going to be a wild ride.